last night we were reading with the kids. My oldest, Savannah, who's about to be 9, kept asking questions about what does that word mean? What is this? And at some point she got self-conscious and she said, hey, I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions. You came to mind. I've heard you talk about this before. And I stopped everything and I took her sweet face and I said, baby, you can never ask too many questions. No. Don't ever let anybody tell you.
Ever.
And don't apologize for it because God gave you that curiosity for a reason, right?
When I sign my books, I write never stop asking and then my name.
Yeah.
Because what I care more about is if they read never stop asking, not that I sign my book.
Sure.
I want them to ponder that later when they look at it. Yeah. And I think that one of the things we do with our kids that I'm so glad you did with your daughter is we push them to ask those big questions. So at bedtime, we'll say everybody gets one question.
I love that.
And it can be about why do cows moo, or like, I just want to take the limits off of them because life is going to naturally pound the curiosity out of them. And I just believe that, again, curiosity is the source of all growth.
Sure. Especially for leaders, right? So
everybody.
We got everybody out there. We're saying you need to ask questions, have your kids ask questions, get your team to ask questions, but talk specifically to leaders who feel like they're in leadership, the spotlight's on them, and they should know a lot of the answers. And if they're exposed as not knowing the answers, there's some vulnerability there. And will people really follow me if I don't know?
Yep.
Of course, you and I know the best leaders are always asking questions, but speak to that leader who's maybe not sure.
Yeah, if you're not sure and you're worried about, and you've seen a pattern, maybe you've been in some meetings, or maybe there's some bigger philosophical questions that some leaders beside you or under you are pushing you on and you're not there yet. First thing you got to do is you've got to step into the confidence of the unknown. It's very, very easy to do.
Say that again, the confidence
of the unknown.
Of the unknown.
First of all, and what I mean by that is everybody, if I go down the list, and the leader could do this. So just for a moment, if you're feeling this, think about all the people in your company and think about what they don't know and all the unknowns that they have. It changes the game. Then you go, wait a second, they don't have all the answers. They're just looking to me for some guidance and leadership. It's not so much that they need the answer, they just want my leadership. So the confidence of the unknown is the ability to look at them and go, I'm glad you asked that question. That's a great question. And quite frankly, I've thought about it and I haven't dove into the answer like I should, or haven't thought about that. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm gonna tell you what I am gonna know soon. I'm gonna know the answer to that. We're gonna walk through that. That's the confidence of the unknown. It's looking them right in the eye and going, hey, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm telling you what, it's the right question. It's a question I need to ponder, and I'm gonna go get it. And then we're gonna discuss it, and then we're gonna execute against it, and we're gonna lead with it. Like, that's confidence. Who is not gonna go, oh, man. See, here's what they're doing. When people ask you questions, you got to remember, it's like your sweet little daughter. She wasn't just randomly letting her brain go schizo and think of anything she could think to ask a question. She really was trying to get to the bottom of something.
And she was trying to connect, right? She wants to have that connection to what we were talking about.
So when our followers ask us questions, remember, first and foremost, they're probably truly just trying to get to the bottom of something. And I've talked about this before. I think the number one question that all of our team are asking us is, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Like, right. I feel like I can break every question down that a leader gets and go, the question they're asking is, are we there yet?
They're like the kid on the 12-hour ride to Disneyland, right? Every 5 minutes, they're checking in. Are we there yet?
I've taught on this
before.
Are we there yet? Here's what's going on. I screwed this up with my daughter once and crushed her spirit. And then I was begging for her to ask the question, and I couldn't wait for her to ask it because I spent 45 minutes behind the wheel of the car going, I broke her spirit because I just was like, Josie, we're not there. Play your game. When she asked me again, I went, no, that's clarity.
Yeah.
This is leadership right here. When they ask a question, are we there yet? You're going to give them clarity. So in this situation for Josie, it was, no, we're not there yet, Josie, but we're getting closer. That's progress. They want clarity. They want to know we're making some progress, and then recalibrate the vision.
So true.
No, Josie, we're not there yet. We're getting closer. We're going to be there in 6 hours. So then when she asked me the next time, no, but we're getting closer, we'll be there in 4 hours. I'm going to tell you something, folks. You get that and figure that out.
Yeah, for the whole team.
For the whole team.
That's what they need.
Because they're asking, are we there yet, whether they're sitting in your office or not. So it's a little construct that constantly communicate to your team, hey guys, this is the vision we said at the start of 2018. This is where we said we're going. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer. And we're going to get there in December
Yes.
of 2018. And if it changes, they're still okay with that.
Yes, absolutely. Great leadership tips. And I want to shift gears into learning a little bit more about some of the stuff you're talking about on the Ken Coleman Show.
Oh, it's fun.
You're working with people all over the country, talking to them about how to find their sweet spot in their career, their calling, kind of what do I do with my life? How do I make my life have meaning? And I've gotten to listen to a few times, and it's a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a blast.
Big fun.
So-
It's real people who say, hey, I want to make a difference. Help me figure out where that is and how I get there.
Yes. So the meaning that people find, you found this. I've found this. It's a pretty rare and special thing to be in this sweet spot where you feel like you're in your calling, your strengths, your opportunity, all this stuff is lining up. What are those crossroads that you would call when you say the sweet spot? What is that made up of?
Well, let's first address the feeling. It's significance. This is the S word that everybody longs for. It's not dollar signs. It's not success. That's what we chase. But at the end of the day, you can have tons of money and you can have tons of success, which would be notoriety, power, influence. But if you don't lay your head down at the end of the day and feel like you matter, that your life matters. You're making a difference that connects to your values. So we all have that. We all feel like this is what matters most to me. And if my work and my life is not seeing results in the areas where it matters most to me, I'm feeling empty. So that's the feeling we long for, significance.